Good morning. It's a bit chilly out here. Behind me though is some swampland or marshland, lots of dead trees, stagnant water, and I thought it'd be kind of fun to come out here and see what that looks like on a cold February morning. The sun's now just cresting over the tree line, and yeah, let's go explore, see if we can't photograph some things. So, yeah. There's something about these cold winter mornings that is just so peacefully quiet. And I don't know if that's just the water's frozen or just moving slower, or if there's just no wind this morning, but it is just quiet. Not even the birds are really making that much noise, which is kind of unusual. But it's about 25 degrees out, which, you know, is chilly, but yeah, I mean, the sun's just kind of coming. It's starting to peer through the trees and highlight this grass over here. And we'll go see if we can't get a shot of this. You know, one nice thing about it being frozen though is that I don't have to worry about putting my bag in the mud. I'm standing on typically muddy ground, would usually be considered muddy ground. And yeah, no mud. So just frozen mud, I guess. So here is the shot that I'm thinking about. It is, with the grass, it's essentially the sun reflecting off of the grass over here. I want the bokeh. Here, let's see if I can't get an actual recording of this. What I want with this shot, and what would be really neat if I could get it, is if the foreground was kind of bokeh-y, or had some bokeh to it, with the light reflecting off of like the mid and kind of background shots of the different pieces of grass back there. So basically this would be kind of bokeh-ish, and then further back we could get some of that light reflecting off of those taller pieces. So let's see what we can do. So to the right here, to the right of this scene, we have this kind of leading line with the trail. And it's a pretty classic shot. I mean, it's just kind of original. There's nothing really unique about it, but you know, might as well just take it just to say I took it. I mean, the light is just really nice how it's kind of cascading over this part of the trail here and in through the trees. There's actually a little stream that runs back there. We can go check that out too. I was hoping that the light would get high enough that it would actually cascade into the water a little bit and we can get some water reflections that way. So after this, we'll go just walk a few feet over there and take a look. Okay, so here's this little stream thing, and it's pretty cool. I think the sun's just at the right height now where it's kind of illuminating some of the grasses that are alongside of it. And let's see if we can't get a good representation on the camera. I've wanted to take this shot for a little bit now. This kind of feeds into the swamp a little bit down. The swamp is just on the other end of this, and it kind of merges. The main part of it is just over to the left over there behind those, kind of that field. So it's just, this whole area is just a lowland, really. Yeah, let's take this shot and then we'll move over. I really want to get to the other side because I think it really gets kind of, the sun doesn't hit over there as much, and I think it's pretty cool over there, really dense. So yeah, we'll take this and start walking. Okay, we're down here in the swamp area. The light's a little softer down here, and we've actually got some green grasses growing along with the kind of frozen water. But I have to be mindful, these smaller trees tend to get in the way, and I tend to look past them when I see a composition that I like. And so a lot of these small trees end up in my field of view once I set up, because I didn't initially see them, I just saw past them. So I think I'll be good now. I don't see any really small trees that would be distracting. There's just this kind of tuft of grass here, or mound of grass, and then it just kind of goes back, and it keeps going back, and we'll head back there in a little bit, but the light's kind of coming through this way, and just thought I would give this a shot. Why not? All right, some fog would look so nice in here. I'd love to come back to try to get some fog. I think it would look really epic. So whoever's in charge of queuing that would be great if we could get some fog. But yeah, I'm moving down. Hopefully we can get some more dynamic light where the sun is not so on top of us. We're kind of approaching mid-morning, and it's getting a little bit difficult to find some of that neat light that bounces off the trees. So I might have to go back off trail a little bit. Looks like it opens up out here, and we can see just like a body of water, kind of some nice clearing. So maybe we can get something fun. We'll see. Not exactly the light I was hoping for. By the time I got over here though, it's a little bit higher than I initially thought it was going to be. There's just so much area to cover when you only have so much time to get the right shots. But I did come across this little beaver dam here, and some twigs or trees kind of growing out of the water, and these other winterized trees that are a little bit taller. And I believe there's another beaver dam down there as well. But let's see what we can do with this, and maybe, just maybe, it will turn out decent. So here it is. All right, made it out of the woods and got some much needed coffee, and got a bit muddier than I thought I was going to get, but I guess that comes with the territory of kind of rummaging through some swamp marshland. And lots of potential out here though. I'm finally got to explore it a little bit, and I'm excited about that, and I think there's just a lot more to see. There were some compositions that I really want to try, but I think are going to require a little bit softer light, maybe some fog and some early morning action. And as well as maybe even a sunset. I know the swamp kind of runs at an angle, and so depending on how where the sun rises and sets, it hits the trees a little bit differently, and you kind of have to get it at an angle in order to get it just right. But I'm excited to try those things out, and yeah, thanks for joining me and seeing a North Carolina swamp. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. That always helps. And as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. All right, bye.